Alright, so today's video is a grooming kit, which I have sitting right here, and it's intended for your pet. So I'm going to show you a few images that give you a little bit of specifics about it, and then we'll talk more about what it looks like and go from there. Let's get into the video. Alright, so as stated, we're taking a look at a grooming kit. So real quickly, let's just kind of breeze through what is included with the actual little grooming kit real quick. Okay, so you have a little manual, some promotional information. I'll set that over here. Set that there. You have the box that it comes in. Nothing too fancy there. A little pouch, so if you wanted to carry this, make it portable, you can. Kind of like it in a little plastic tray and in the box personally, but this is a nice little added touch to have. Some people may actually want to use that. You have a file, basically a nail file. It has a beveled edge, so that should help keep the nail in the actual groove a little better. You have some scissors. They're very sharp. They have that really cool sound. I don't know. I always love that sound. Personally, I don't know why. Get a haircut, you get that sound right by your ear. Anyway, individually wrapped. Has a little pouch to stick it in. Sort of a little plastic, a little bit thicker, so it's not going to just tear super easily. But just a little nice set of scissors that are really sharp. That's pretty cool. A little plastic bag for a metal comb. So very solid. Obviously that'll have finer teeth and wider teeth, so you kind of accommodate for whatever type hair type you're dealing with. Then you have another pair of scissors. This type here, I don't know if you can see the little teeth, like combs, teeth. So this is more of a thinning shears, so you can kind of thin the hair out a little bit. I guess if you're really good at this, you can utilize all of this and save yourself a lot of money if you really wanted to. In the actual package here, we have our USB charging cable. Now if this was Type C or even micro USB, that would be nice, because you do have to keep up with this because it is a barrel connector. But because it's USB, you can pretty much plug it into anything, even your laptop or your desktop. It's going to charge faster depending on what you plug it into, obviously. But after about 3 hours of charging, you get about 2 hours of use. It's a pretty good amount of time, and it's a pretty good cable as far as length. It's just a barrel connector, so it's a little bit more of a, if you lose this, you may not be able to charge your device. So you got to keep up with that. That bag may come in handy for some people, so keep that in mind. This is really cool because it's got a little locking tab right there, but you got that little spring, so it's a spring-loaded. It's a nail clipper, and when I say it's really cool, what I mean is this. Let me get it closer. So you see this? You can see right through. You can see my finger right there. But on the back side here, you have this. Alright? And the cool thing about it, it's recessed right there. So if you put this right there, it blocks the hole. So when you drop the nail down in, it's going to hit this, and that's going to keep it from protruding through, because these things can be very dangerous, very painful for your dog, because you can go too far into the nail and clip. And with this little sort of protective cover on the back, you kind of have the option whether you want to use it or not. I would suggest you do. But the nail is going to stop. It's going to hit a certain point. It's going to stop. That's going to maintain a safe cutting distance as far as how far you travel up the nail. Really cool, and you don't have to worry about hurting your pet. So when you're finished, you just push that into place, it locks, and there you go. So that's really cool. Put that back in there. Then, if you've ever bought a razor for yourself, if you're male or female, I suppose, I've only seen the male ones as far as, brand new like this, you have like a little oil and a little brush for cleaning purposes. So those are included. Very nice. Each thing has its own little hole to put it in. You can see right there. And then you have these little guards that pop right on to the trimmer. So let's just take this one, which is the largest, I believe. I believe this is the largest size. And the trimmer itself. And we'll take this out. And the cool thing about this, you can pop the cover off. It's got an 18650 battery, which means if you needed more time on trimming, you could buy a larger capacity battery or just keep multiple batteries because they're relatively inexpensive. Most of them come with chargers. You could be swapping out batteries and just continue to use the clippers even when the battery became low. So that's pretty cool. Also up here, I'm not going to do this, but you could kind of pop this off and clean this, and you can actually replace this, I believe, too. So this piece here, it just slides into place, clicks, and then it's on there. It's not it's not going to just fall right off, but you can get it off relatively easily. I didn't get a hold of it very well, but there's a little tab right there you can see. It kind of catches on it. So that's as simple as that in terms of getting that portion on there. And then you also have sort of a rotary setup, and what that does is that kind of lifts this up and down, and that's going to, of course, move how the blade is actually contacting as far as distance for the cut. And then, of course, you have the guards to give you more. I'm going to try this with my dog. He usually is pretty chill about things, but we just moved recently, so he may not be very happy about it. But overall, he's not really bothered by it. And if you listen, it's not as loud as a lot of the trimmers I've heard. Definitely quieter than a lot. So I think it's got kind of a lower hum to it. Most pets, I'm going to say, hopefully, maybe, won't be bothered by the sound. But yeah, it's not super loud. And this thing has a pretty decent weight to it. Usually you can tell the quality of an item by the weight. And this one feels pretty good in the hand. It doesn't have that super lightweight feel like some. And the motor actually sounds like it's relatively strong. So, yeah. That's just a quick overview. Like I said, I'm going to try to show you a little bit with my dog. He's a little 11 pounds or so. Chorky, Chihuahua, Yorkie mix. And the Yorkie portion of him gives him a beard and a mohawk. We're not going to mess with that. I always leave that. The rest of it, though, down his back and sides, you'll see kind of flares out in places. He's a scrappy-looking little guy, and it's kind of funny, but I think he could benefit from a little bit of a trim. We're going to give that a little bit of a shot. I might just get like one or two little areas just to show you what it looks like. Probably with the larger attachment. I want to go too far with him because as the year progresses, it is going to start getting cooler. But I want to give him a little bit of relief while it's still a little bit warm out. So we might give him a little bit of a trim. Try to show you what that's like. But yeah, overall, really nice. This is the charging port on the bottom. I don't know what else I can really tell you about this other than, you can see the little display for the battery. That's really cool because having that, you always know when it's, needing to be charged or when it's already charged. Pretty cool as a whole. Very complete, I think, as far as what it contains. Reasonably priced. I don't know if the price is going to change, but right now at the time of this video, in the neighborhood of about 20 bucks. The only real major improvement would be changing this to micro USB or Type C, so you don't have to keep up with this cable. That way, if you lose it, you can grab a cable from anywhere, or you may even have one laying around somewhere and know someone that does. Very easy. All right, so professional grooming kit, according to what they listed as. Cordless, so it's a lot easier than a corded model, and there'll be a link below the video. Other than that, I'll probably try to throw in a little quick clip giving the dog a little bit of a trim. Probably won't have a whole lot to say about it. Be dealing with him and trying to hold him. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But for the most part, really cool little set of clippers to have. And you can check out the link below. You can find out more, read more details, see what you think. Okay, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Alright, so my dog's hair probably is going to differ from yours, so that's going to be a factor you have to consider. And how chill your dog is compared to mine. He just wants to play. Hey, easy. Easy. Stop. Alright, so the sound may or may not bother your dog as much, but hey, easy. You gotta stop for a minute. You just gotta chill. He just wants to play. So we're gonna see what he does. Hey. Alright. Easy. So, let's turn this around. Alright, so I'm gonna try to just knock some of this hair off. He's a little hard to deal with for this because he's not used to it. Good boy. Alright. So, he scratched me. And I bleed easily for blood thinners, so I have to cut this kind of short. But I was able to knock down some of the little furries. Hey, stop. So, again, mileage is going to vary depending upon how skittish your dog is, the type of hair, and everything. The sound, as you saw, didn't bother him. He actually got really calm. So, he's actually easy to deal with for the most part. Really, really good dog. But I think it'll work really well for most. He wants to flip over and roll over and play a lot right now. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna play with him a little bit and get cleaned up here. But yeah, they work fine, and using the larger size, you can't really see it, but I knocked some hair down, which means I need to vacuum up this floor. Hey, easy. Okay, anyway, check out the link below. You can find a little bit more. That's pretty much it. Thanks.